Good morning. Since I didn't get any input about which you liked better, the reading or the teaching, I'm going to go back to a reading today. But I think it's one you'll enjoy as we continue and really kind of finish a little bit of our trip with Elizabeth today. Elizabeth is dozing on the roof of her house. It has become her habit to take brief midday naps because, why do you think? Well, her old bones are unused to the weight of the baby and the plain labor it adds to her everyday waking motion. Suddenly, as if the air itself has rung, she snaps awake, all her senses trembling. She can hear footsteps, small and swift and far away. Someone is running on tiptoe. Elizabeth feels a pressure on her chest, as if the weather were changing towards storm. Yet she can, it seems to her, taste the very radiance of the sun. Something's happening. Something's coming. What do you think it is? Elizabeth lifts herself and looks over the parapet of the roof, and yes, a woman is running the hills in her direction, very intent, filled with purpose and a certain knowledge. Who? Immediately, Elizabeth knows who. She can't see the features, but she recognizes the posture and the gestures, the bold pitching of her arms in time with her feet. It's her kinswoman, Mary. But why? The old woman stands up and arranges her robes. She descends the ladder on the far side of the house into her courtyard. It doesn't take but a second, yet the instant her foot touches the ground, there is Mary, as big as life, entering the doorway, beaming. Elizabeth gasps. She can't breathe. Mary's bright eyes, something strange, is piercing Elizabeth even to the secret in her soul. Mary knows. Here is the mirror of her mind. They've told no one, yet this eager young woman knows that she, in spite of her old age, has conceived a baby in her womb and is pregnant. Who told her? What's happening? Mary blooms like an opening rose. Her whole being unfolds before Elizabeth, and in greeting, she utters her kinswoman's name. She whispers, "Elizabeth!" And straightway Elizabeth too flushes with a bright pink joy and recognition. The sound of Mary's voice is so familiar, it sends forth news, even as blossoms release their scent upon the wind. Mary too is pregnant. Something's happening. Elizabeth is on the edge of the tears, for here in young, fresh Mary is the mirror of her own condition. Sisters. They are both with child. But before the tears drop, before the woman can rush her cousin to hug her, before she can utter the first word of greeting and return, the tiny prophet low in her womb expresses his first prophecy. Already filled with the Holy Spirit, already preparing the way, the baby leaps for joy at the sound of the voice of the mother of his Lord. Oh yes, something wonderful is happening. A new thing is springing forth into the world. All at once Elizabeth knows what it is, for she sees through the window of her cousin's condition into the mind of God. This is Messiah. And old Elizabeth can scarcely stand the excitement. "Who am I?" she cries with a loud voice. "Who am I that the mother of my Lord should come to me?" And so it begins. Now more than one is aware of the advent stirring in the world. There are two who know, and each confirms the glad anticipation of the other. Two is a communion. Two is necessary. Two is a perfect circle. One to speak it, one to hear. The world is real. Christ is coming. Let's celebrate.